Alright, so in the quadratic formula, which y'all know, or mostly know, is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That being said, remember I talked about how many solutions? And it has to do with the stuff in the radical right here, the b squared minus 4ac. That part, this right here, is called a discriminant. I got a whole bunch of colors going on here. I don't know why I grabbed that. Okay, so b squared minus 4ac is the discriminant that determines whether you have 2, 1, or 0 solutions. Okay, and I'll tell you when. Right? So this being your discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, if that number is greater than 0, that means if it's a positive answer, once you plug your numbers in, you get b squared minus 4ac. If you get a positive answer, because of the plus or minus, and you're able to take the square root, you have 2 solutions. 2 x-intercepts. And remember when I said when this is 0, remember this whole part goes away? So if b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, you have 1 solution. Okay? And now remember, we can't take the square root of a negative number, right? So if that number is less than 0, which means a negative number, and because you can't take the square root of a negative number, the whole thing nullifies and you have 0 solutions. No solution. Because it doesn't cross the x-axis. Okay? So by using your discriminant, and that's what the questions on the test are going to say, it's going to, using your discriminant, determine the number of solutions. So here's an example. All right. I'm going to pick number, which one did I pick today? Oh, you know what? Let's do 22. No, don't do that. Oh, 19. Let's do 19. So here's example number 19. Okay, from your worksheet. The numbers are 6h squared plus 77h minus 13 equals 0. I want to know how many solutions that I have. Because you don't want to waste your time finding the solution if there's no solution, do you? No, right? So what I want you to do today is, we're going to still work off the same worksheet, but I want you to determine how many solutions are there first by using your discriminant, and then if it's 2 or 1, then I want you to actually find them. Otherwise, if it's no solution, just stop and just say there's no solution. Okay? So here we go. So what's my A? Oh, first of all, is it equal to 0? Yeah. So 6. What's my B? 77. C? Negative 13. So now we're going to just plug it into our discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. That will tell me how many solutions I'm going to have. Okay? So 77 squared minus 4 times 6 times negative 13. Let's see if I can multiply 77. 77. It is 5,929 is 77 squared. Yep. Minus 24 times 13. 24 times 13 is, what is that? It is 312. So, but negative and negative makes it a positive 312, right? So, If I add them together, I get 11, carry the 1, that's 4, 12, 6,241. How many solutions do I have?
6,241.
1, 2.
2 solutions.
2 solutions. This is a positive number, right? Is this positive? Is it greater than 0? 2 solutions. This has 2 solutions. Okay? So you tell me how many solutions, and because this is greater than 0, you have 2 solutions. Okay? Now let's find them. So now we're going to use the quadratic formula. So h equals negative b, which is 77, plus or minus the square root of, do we already have b squared minus 4ac?
6241.
6241, just plug it in, right? All over 2 times 6, which is 12. Yes, ma'am.
So if you go back up to your work, why is it going from subtracting to adding?
Because that c is negative, so minus a negative, when you all multiply all of it together, the 2 negatives makes it a positive. Okay? Very good. And then, so is there a square root of 6241? Ooh. I'm going to say, So, negative 77 plus or minus the square root of 6241 all over 12. Those are my 2 solutions. And just stop there. Okay?
Wait, that's 1 solution.
Okay, you want me to make you guys do this?
No.
No. I kind of captured.
Yeah, Francis can do it. If he wants to.
Those are my 2 solutions. One's a plus a square root of this, and one's a minus a square root of this.
So if that's the square root when you divide it, can you just leave it like the first one? I guess, right.
Yeah, if you're able to find the square root, then you do have to separate it and solve it. Okay? But you don't turn it into decimal, just leave it as fractions. Okay? Any questions about the discriminant? Does everybody know how to use it? So remember, if the b squared minus 4ac is positive, you got 2 solutions. This is 0. When it's equal to 0, 1 solution. When it's negative, and the reason why there's no solution is because you can't take the square root of a negative number. Okay?